What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all?
Bear!
Pow! Pow! Pow!
That's the weakest ass gun I've ever heard in my life, dog. Ain't that hitting on nothing. Even the recoil. Pow!
But I bet you still hit a motherfucker.
Girl, I'm moving out the way before the bullet even hits me. I'm on some wanted shit.
Moving slow. I'm done.
Welcome
Yes.
to Like I Was Saying with
Velvet.
and it's your girl Febaybeee.
Yes. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful freaking week. Better than last week, you know. Each day gets better, each week gets better.
And if not, this next one's gonna be it.
Yeah.
So what you gotta tell yourself every single time. If last week was trash, we're gonna throw it away.
And then you do the smile.
That intention is so important.
And the fake smile follows, yeah. But yes, how are you doing?
You always ask me the question first. I always try to beat you to it.
But I'm quick on it.
She got me. It's been good. We're now in spring.
That's what they say.
Them clocks have officially
Pushed.
Yeah.
Moved.
Yeah, so spring is sprung.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've lost that hour, but we gained some sunlight. I like the sunlight.
Today is actually beautiful outside.
Yes.
Like, it's still coldish. Like, early when I went out, I was like, ooh, it's still cold, but the sun was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But when we just went out, it wasn't bad.
No.
I still had a jacket on, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, and apparently this weekend's supposed to be beautiful.
Ooh, I'm excited. I may go to the beach.
Ooh. I highly don't recommend that. The water and the beach are not.
I didn't say that I was going to get in the water.
But like it's colder on the coast, like closer to the coast.
I know, but I haven't been to the beach in forever.
It's supposed to be like between 70 to 80 this weekend.
Oh, bitch, we got to talk about what we doing this weekend.
Start up.
Anyways.
So what about you? Like so the week was pretty good. You know. Yeah, it's been a pretty chill. I had an awesome weekend.
Really? Do tell all of the Like I Was Saying podcast. What are we going to call them? We need to come up with a name. You know how a lot of people, YouTubers, things like that, have like a gang or something? What are we going to call the Like I Was Saying? I'm trying to come up with, and I just can't.
You know?
How about y'all give us recommendations?
Yes. Stay tuned, because we're going to come up with something.
Yeah, so we can say, y'all, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's going to be real cute.
Yes.
So put it in the comments, go to our Instagram page, which is
_I_was_saying_podcast.
She did all of that. So blame her for having to do 18 underscores. Okay.
Girl, if our name wasn't so long, maybe I wouldn't have to.
But you could have done LIWS. You could have any of those.
Ew.
I'm just saying.
Like I was saying.
Close enough. But, yeah, I had a good weekend.
I thought you were talking about my weekend.
Oh, you asked me though. I just want you to know.
Yeah, but then you asked me, you told me what to say.
Oh, yeah, okay. Continue. Mm-hmm. So why was yours so good?
So the main thing that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a huge fan of like glass blowing and glass making.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see glass making for the first time in person.
Yeah, you were there for 18 hours?
I loved it. And I took my niece with me, and she's about 3.
Enjoy.
She has my heart. She was with me the whole time. I said, baby, we were sitting there a good 30 minutes. I was like, baby, you wanna stay somewhere? You wanna go? She was, I wanna stay somewhere. I said, oh, you have Auntie's heart. I don't know what it is. I'm captivated.
You should learn how to do it.
They do have tutorials, so I think I'm going to.
That should be a date.
Oh, that would be a nice date.
See, look at me coming through. You see, this is what Velvet does. I need to write a book about this.
Yeah, because you over here putting me. Yeah.
I'm always putting on game on someone or something, and
I
need to get paid for it. You understand?
I appreciate it. Yeah, that was the highlight. There was a glass studio here but I wasn't really sure how it operated or how it worked, so I just went there. It's attached to a museum. It's the Chrysler Museum, actually, in Norfolk. They have a regular museum, and not many people know, across the street from the Chrysler Museum is a glass studio.
I did not know that.
Yep, at 12 o'clock, usually they have, like, scheduled demonstrations, but if you go there randomly throughout the day, you'll have, like, students who are, like, working on different projects, and so we went after 12, so we just caught people working on various stuff.
I would love to try that too.
It's very relaxing to sit and watch too. Also, to be honest with you, it's warm. It's very
so that would be the one thing that I loved on top of the actual stuff. But I think I would definitely love to do it and then create. I think that would be cool. Yeah. We should do it, and you should also do it as a date.
Yes. We should trial run it together.
No, that'd be cute, like a cute thing between you and the dude that you're.
Oh, that'd be cute. A lot. Glass blowing is a lot.
But y'all would work. Y'all could do like a work together type thing. That would be cute, and then you could learn each other's styles. And I think that'd be cute. Okay. But either way, I'm down.
Yes, that was the highlight. I really enjoyed that. I've been wanting to see that for a while. There's like a whole entire show on Netflix that does it that I'm obsessed with. But yeah, that was definitely the highlight of my weekend. What about you?
Oh, I took a test. I went on a date.
Inquiring minds.
Who are the inquiring minds?
Well, me and whatever we decide to call our followers.
We went to a Mexican restaurant.
Ooh.
And the Mexican food is the bomb. But yes. And we hung out, played games, got to know each other better.
Do we feel as if there may be a second date?
There's always a possibility.
Okay.
Okay. There's always a possibility.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I did. Oh, I've been watching a lot of anime because of my son. And so we've been watching Death Note, which is really interesting. I've really gotten to like it. Like when I was younger, I watched a little bit of anime, but not really. But I've been watching that, and then actually when I was out, hanging out with the person I was out with,
on your date,
we were talking about anime, and so he put on Samurai X.
Okay, I've heard of Death Note. I haven't heard of Samurai X.
Yes, me either. So when you look it up on Hulu and stuff, and you type it in, it actually doesn't come up as Samurai X. It comes up as something else. But it's really interesting thus far. I've enjoyed that one too. So I've added that to my own thing to look at without my son, and then me and him will watch Death Note together. So that's really what I did. Hung out with my baby. Oh, I had my nieces. I forgot about that.
Yes, you had a house full of children. Being an auntie, it's so understated.
Bro.
Being an auntie is
a lot. And that was only one night. And I used to do it once every month. I haven't done it in a long time, and I realized why. It wasn't bad. Like, they weren't bad, especially because they're older now. Back when they were younger, it definitely was worse because you had to, like, be with them and actually do stuff. But now the oldest is about to be 16, and the youngest is 9. So it was 4 children all in one house. But Febaybeee came through and kept me company.
Keep her sane.
So that, yes, keep heart. And then when she left, and then I don't know if the other person that came want me to say their name, so we just gonna say B. B came through as well. So shout out to B. And they kept me company. Once they left, I went in my room. The children already know the rules of the house, and I was out.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, I woke up around 4 in the morning, and I think like 2 of them were still up. The other ones were asleep. And I said, y'all good in there? And they were like, yeah, just watch the TV. I said, all right, y'all know where the snacks and drinks are. And I went right back to sleep.
You know what's crazy? I think I attempted to do something like that maybe once in my life. I've never been the child or the person to pull a fucking all-nighter.
To stay up that late?
A bitch needs her sleep. I tried one time. I'm trying to think. I was in middle school. tried to pull an all-nighter. We were trying to play like Monopoly throughout the entire night.
Oh, the worst thing.
Knocked the fuck out. I've never pulled a true like all-nighter. I can't.
So what do you consider an all-nighter?
Bitch, I think I can't. My brain starts to literally malfunction after 3. It literally malfunctions and melts at 3. And you are pushing, when I say melts, like you're pushing me to my limits at 3. 2, I'm like, oh.
But when 3 o'clock hit, it's over. Is that what you're saying?
Please.
But what is considered an all-nighter? Because some people would say, you know,
some
you don't
people
go to sleep at all.
literally
the whole day.
The entire night.
I've done that.
Sleep. I can't. I don't think I've ever done it once.
I have. In college, I've done it. And I've done it, you know, as an adult on my own. Yeah.
I've literally learned that if I don't, there's going to be a problem from anyone who's around me.
As getting older, I'm not able to do it as much. I think when my best friend came, we were playing Among Us. He just taught me how to play, and we were really into it. And so we stayed up. What time did we stay up? Like 5, 6 o'clock playing Among Us. We got back from Richmond around midnight, 1 o'clock, and then literally played the game until like
tripping.
And then went to bed, woke up at like fucking 11. I was like, bitch, what? I was hoping I would be asleep till like 2, 3. No.
Girl. No, because then that clock knows the time you're supposed to normally wake up. So regardless, even though it's the weekend, 5 days up in 7 days, you wake up at a certain time, so your body's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
We have a routine.
Very sad. Do you understand me? Very, very, very sad. So that's a no-go on that.
Yeah, so, you know, party to the kids that can do that. I can't do that in life. I've never been able to.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been a thing. Yeah, and I'm not mad. I've never been upset at it. I understand what my body needs.
It's just like, no.
It ain't sleep. It's not sleep.
Yeah, I was about to say, you said it ain't sleep. Hold on. That's the opposite.
So, yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah, so that was a nice productive
weekend for the both of us.
Yeah, we were aunties. We were auntying it up.
Yes, I know. This weekend though, break, you heard. Children, nowhere to be seen. Do you understand me? I'm already trying to put forth plans.
You person, what are we doing next weekend?
Plans need to be put forth. Do you understand? I can't.
Actual factual.
Yeah.
Actual factual.
So we are, you know. But again, welcome. That was our little intro, I guess. We're just talking about our lives or whatnot.
We're getting better with these intros, girl. We're getting better. You know, it's kind of freestyle off the top.
And shit.
It's so exciting. You know, we growing, evolving.
Anyways, the news, y'all. If y'all have been paying attention, apparently breaking up is the new fad. No? Because it's like boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
What is,
and
isn't
boom,
Wale
boom.
have a line? Breaking up is hard to do. Moving on is even harder.
I love me some Wale too. Shout out to Wale.
Yeah. You know, there's been a very interesting last week of people who unfortunately seem to be parting ways, and they're pretty
the one that hurts the most.
Influential people.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know if influential is
Some of them are pretty prominent in terms of like their following and their relationship and stuff.
But the one that hurts me the most out of all of them is Gary Owens. And that's just because they've been together for like
20 plus years.
What, like 23 years, I think, is what, and married for 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that one hurts the most. And I think it's just because y'all been together so long. It's like, how can you see yourself without that person? Or like, what made that separation happen? I feel like y'all being together that long, it had to be something crazy or either a lot of things over time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it'd just be like, oh, well, they cheated one time. Yes, you shouldn't have cheated. But I don't think many people that have been married that long would divorce over just that. Maybe if they were cheating since y'all got together and you kept saying, last time, and then you finally were like, whatever. But we don't even know really the gist of why. right?
Yeah, no, there
see
hasn't
it.
been any details about the filing.
Has he said anything about it?
No,
Okay,
no.
I didn't think so.
She had his wife. I can't. So Claudia Jordan posted something under the post that Shade Room made. I can't recall, but it was like it was almost like in support of Gary. Almost. I really wish, and I went back to the post, and I think she deleted it because it wasn't there anymore. But his wife made a post, and she tagged Claudia Jordan in it. For those who don't know who Claudia Jordan is, she was on, if I'm not mistaken, Real Housewives of Atlanta for a little bit, but she is a radio personality currently. I actually think she's on the show with Vivica Fox. They have like a talk show with Lisa Ray. I think they all have a thing together. But anyways, so she tagged Claudia Jordan, and nothing she said made sense. Talk about turkey burger and
veggie burger.
I don't understand what you're saying. Like, none of it seems.
Yeah. The only thing I got was the end when she said
when I got with Gary, he had
nothing.
A fucked up truck and good credit and some other stuff. I was like, I don't understand. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I think also because I have no idea what Claudia said, so I don't know what the response was to. So I don't know if maybe she said something. That's why she said that part. Like,
it just seemed like Claudia's, if I can remember correctly, more or less the comment just didn't seem like it was trying to make Gary the bad guy in it.
So maybe so the wife felt some type of way, like, I've been with him since he ain't had shit, and so so then that part makes sense to what she responded. The middle piece about veggie burger and some other shit I was confused about, and then I understood. She said she took me back to 98th Street and something else, which is a location. So I got that, but the middle piece I just wasn't 100% clear on.
Got it.
Clear, it's a different clear, because that is what it sounded like. It won't clear at all.
Yeah, no, I was perplexed, and I think a lot of people were too. Like, many people were scratching their heads.
And what did one person say? She said, "What the fuck a veggie burger got to do with it?"
I was like, huh?
Maybe
Claudia Jordan is a vegetarian. Maybe.
I don't know. We're just gonna pass it. Next.
So, and this one, only because I love the female counterpart to this duo, Saweetie and Quavo.
Yes, my cancer buddy. Cancer vibes.
Cancer. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I guess if she's anything like you, she'd be alright.
She probably is.
But I definitely do be looking at Saweetie like, we would vibe.
Yes,
we would whole vibe.
And it's great. My birthday is the 1st. Her birthday is the 2nd. We could be like best friends.
Like July, for those who aren't super familiar with the dates for Zodiacs. But yes. Yeah, they, so she had an interview. So Justin LeBoy, the gentleman who runs like the site for all of the pretty wild memes about folks, he now has a platform with Justin Combs, Diddy's son, where they do like interviews. And what I feel like kind of started it all, because there were some interesting conversations that were being had. Saweetie was a guest on Justin LeBoy and Justin Combs' little platform that they have, and Justin LeBoy had asked Saweetie about, have you had any threesomes, or have you ever cheated? And she's like, I'm very loyal. Cancers as a whole were very loyal. And that's pretty much when Justin Combs was like, yeah, they are. Like, they, bring out the real in you, blah, blah, blah. And you could tell it was like, because apparently Justin Combs and Saweetie have a past, which I didn't know.
Did not know either until today.
And so when he was pretty much hyping up Cancers, it was kind of like he was hyping up her head. And at the point she was like, yo, you gotta stop. You're doing too much. I need to take a shot. So I was like, okay. All right, there's something there.
He misses it, baby. They all do. They all do.
Apparently she's speaking from a Cancer's perspective.
Yes.
So I can't really speak to that.
Well, I'm saying men usually in general, but definitely with Cancer. So, yeah. But continue.
And then, like, not too long afterwards, she posted how she's done with the relationship. That, you know, gifts don't buy happiness. They can't change what you've been through. And she specifically mentioned giving, like, your love and body to somebody else. Like, your intimacy to someone else. So.
And then they throw that shit away? She
definitely alerted to him cheating, essentially. So, that was just, and then, I mean, at some point, Quavo did respond. He acted as if, you know, you're not the girl I thought you were, and you're painting me out to be the bad guy.
So he tried to play the victim.
In classy Saweetie moves, take care, is what she said to all of his responses. Take care. Like, sir, I've said my piece. You're going to try to come back with your little PR, sweep it under the rug, but, you know, I've made my peace with this.
It's really, she sounds like me.
And it's almost on a Justin LeBoy type level. Take care. Respectfully.
But yes, I'm happy that, you know, she had the strength, because a lot of people don't leave for a lot of different reasons. So I'm happy that she was able to make that choice for herself, to be able to leave a relationship that she didn't seem or deemed what she is worth. So that is the most important part from all of it. Because a lot of times, especially when you've been with someone for so long, you're like, you know, they'll change or it'll work out or whatever. But she had that strength, which a lot of us women specifically, you know, men out there as well, so I don't want to just be biased. But speaking from a woman's perspective, a lot of us, especially dealing with whomever we're with, we always try to see the best in them, or the good in them, or they can do better, I know it. But you have to realize at some point that what she did is, you gotta let it go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. And one of the pieces that was very frustrating, and I feel like they did this with Cardi as well, when like her and Offset went through their thing. You know, Sweetie had, you know, talking about get your man to get you a Birkin, and to get your man to get you a Birkin, and, you know, all you want to say afterwards, like, you know, you say this is the type of man that you need, you have this man, and he still does this to you. Or, in Cardi's WAP, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you I have this ring. And then when we found out that, you know, Offset cheated on her even after that, you know, all that WAP, but yet still, I just find it very, like, people are going to do what they want to do.
Period.
It doesn't matter what you bring. It doesn't matter who you are. There's no level of attractiveness. There's no level of what you're willing to do or loyalty to somebody. If they're going to step out in a relationship, that's simply just what they're going to do.
Yes.
And it's not fair to think that I or any person is a reflection of what someone else's actions are.
Yes.
So that was part of the frustrating piece. And I was even frustrated when they did that to Cardi as well. But it was definitely frustrating with Sweetie when, like I said, she mentioned the whole entire, you know, get you a guy who can get you a Birkin. They're like, all right, well, you got you one, sis. What do you do? I'm like, it's just not fair. You never bind into a relationship thinking or hoping someone's going to do that to you.
Exactly.
So.
And unfortunately, you know, again, we don't know everything. So unfortunately, based on what's been provided, is that, you know, he was cheating. And unfortunately, some people just are that person. Some people cannot be faithful. It's just how it is. I literally know someone like that.
Or some people who just can't take the attention, especially once they go into that superstardom.
Oh, okay.
Like once they hit that level of stardom, if they've never had that attention before, like going into it and having all these options, you don't understand that the quality versus quantity piece is just not going to be sufficient once you reach that level of stardom. And I think that's what that is.
I would agree. You know, I definitely agree that could be a part of it. I just, in my head, and maybe it's just, you know, people, I grew up around a lot of boys. I don't have any technical brother. Well, I have a half brother. But I don't have any brothers I actually grew up with. But I grew up around a lot of boys. So, like in the neighborhood, etc., I was like a real tomboy. So, well, still am. But I, sometimes when I see men doing certain things, I already know off the top because of the people that I dealt with. Like, I guess unfortunately have sometimes a man's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that helps or hurts me. And sometimes I think about that, but I think that's a different topic. But I'm trying to figure out where I was going with it. I was going somewhere. It was a full
no matter
circle.
no matter what you have, you get taken away by your options or what your no matter you can do whatever you want. But someone's gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. Period.
And you have to pick up on those cues. There are definite high cues. A lot of them usually with a man or a woman. There's usually something that you can tell that this person is doing something they shouldn't be doing. Mm-hmm. Whether it's cheating or whatever it may be. There's always something. But you're like, oh no, not my baby.
Right.
Not my boo. He would never. You know, I got that wops. I cook for him every day. I wash his clothes and iron and I take care of his children. But it does not matter. If a girl, even girls that don't even, girl or dude that don't even look better than you, it could be that they pay that person a little bit more attention than you do, or give them a certain amount of attention that maybe you're not at that specific time because of whatever. You could be fucking raising 8 of his goddamn children, and he's like, you don't have time for me. Well, bitch, I'm raising 8 of your goddamn children.
Or it could be none of that. It could just be they just
want to cheat. There are definitely people in the world that can have the perfect person that literally does everything and whatever, and they will still cheat because they know that they can, and they just do. And those people just need to be honest with the people that they're with, saying, you know, I love you and I do want to be with you. However, I am a fucking cheater. Or you can say it in a different, you know, make it, you know, fluff it up or whatever.
Make it yours.
Yeah, you know. I like to explore said options in the world, but I want to come home to you every night. Are you okay with that? And if the girl or dude says no, then bitch, go on and move on. But yes, anyways, it's my thoughts.
There was something that apparently was dispelled as a rumor, but I still thought was an interesting piece to it. It was said recently for her. It wasn't for her birthday. There was a special occasion recently, but Quavo bought Saweetie a Bentley.
Yes, come through with a Bentley.
And there was speculation that he repoed it once they broke up. And so my question is, when it comes to gift giving in a relationship and when you split, what's the expectation in terms of gifts that may be high dollar, whether that be cars, rings, jewelry, a home? I'm trying to think of what else could be like high dollar. Clothes.
You gave it as a gift. If you pay cash for, like if he paid cash for that Bentley and said,
I mean, if he had it repoed, I don't know if that would be repo. Would that mean that it's in his name then? If he did pay, so
possibly.
If he did pay cash, then it's in his name, not hers.
He could put it in her name.
But it was a surprise to her. So can you put it in his mom's name if they don't know about it?
Possibly, if he has all her information. Just like if I wanted to, I have all my ex-husband's information. I can put shit in his name.
I think or you have to have a signature first. I'm done with you.
But if he paid cash for it, I don't think, maybe it could have got switched over. So I don't know. There's a
I have no idea. Lease stuff, because when Jason Derulo and Jordan Sparks separated, it was found out not too long after they broke up that he was leasing the vehicle he gifted to her.
Yes, usually most of them do, because a lot of them don't usually keep the vehicle because they want to get newer. So he may have gave her a 2021 Bentley, but there's always going to be 2022. So, you know, a lot of people will usually switch it back. So there's that possibility. So I think if it's something that is leased, then that's different. But I don't think that you should be giving me a leased present. That is my opinion. Hate me if you want. But if you're giving me a present, that should be something that's paid off, baby. That should be you saying, you know what, Febaybeee, Merry Christmas. And I give you this because I paid for it. I didn't say, you know what, Bath and Body Works, I want to only pay for half of this right now. I'm going to give it to my friend, and then I'll keep paying on it about 50 cents every month until it's paid. No. Why give a lease gift? If you're giving me something, give it to me as a whole. that means that when whatever happens, I don't have to pay for shit. Because I don't want to be in a house that you gift me and then the shit really is $3,000 or how many of $1,000 a motherfucking month, and I gotta stay in that motherfucker. Well, it depends if your name is on it or whatever it may be. Like, no, if you give me a gift, give it to me. If you can't afford to fully give me a gift, stick to the candles, food, computers, you know, shirts, clothes, shoes,
Ooh.
purses,
Shoes.
watches, bitch, phones. You hear? I'm naming things that can be given. A TV, you know. Shoes. Apparently, give Febaybeee shoes.
Shoes.
I
forgot all about the shoes.
Yes, but in my opinion, I don't think you should be able to renege, because that's what you're doing, on said gift.
What is that short for? Is that short for something?
I don't know. It's just
I don't know
something
either.
in spades. And that's all I remember. It's spades. That's what they say in spades. Oh, you renege. That's 3 books. Sorry.
Sounds like that's a short for something. I don't know. Sounds like an abbreviation. I don't know why.
It probably is.
We'll look into it. You know.
I think it actually is, but I don't want to say what I think it is for, because I feel like I asked this question before and found out. So we'll discuss it later.
All right. Yeah. That was just. And they've been together for a little bit. They've been together for maybe 4, 5 years, I want to say. They've been together for a good little bit of
Time.
of time.
You didn't answer the question though. What do you think?
What? Huh? What'd you ask? Huh?
The same question.
What was the question? What was the question?
The same question that you asked me.
Oh, okay.
You don't see what I did.
My bad. My memory be as short as I am. So, yeah, no. Once you've, I will say I haven't purchased anything of value to that extent, but I would assume at the type of money that it is assumed for them to be making, no, that's not, if you gift it to somebody, regardless of what you think the outcome is gonna inevitably be, that's something that you're giving them. That's not something, I'm never giving anything to someone and be like, alright,
I need it back.
V, I gave
Unless
you
it's
this,
a wedding ring.
but we ain't fucking with each other no more, I'm gonna need that back. I don't, that's just kind of whack to me. Like,
yeah. Unless it's an engagement ring, then there's a whole other topic.
Can I speak on that? I would only feel like it's dependent upon how that engagement broke up.
That I can't say that I would say I would give it back. That's not what I said. I said
that's the circumstances where it could be different as an engagement ring. Got it.
Yeah. Well, I would never propose to a man, so he would be giving me the engagement ring. And if something was to occur where the engagement fell apart, I think it would depend, yes, on how it ended. If it ended badly, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna sell it.
Yeah.
If it ended great and we're still cool and maybe we just realize, you know, we're better off as friends or whatever, or, you know, just go our separate ways, then yeah, I'll give it back. I don't think I have a problem with that. But if it ended badly, like I caught your ass cheating or something, oh, that ring mine.
You made a financial decision when you cheated.
A whole financial decision that was against you. You should have realized.
Ill-advised.
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 Yeah.
So, those were 2. Gary and his wife and Saweetie and Quavo. There is a third that has come to light.
Oh, yes. Derrick Jaxn. I was trying to remember.
That's how you say his last name.
Derrick Jaxn?
I have no clue.
Derrick Jaxn.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Derrick Jaxn. I was wondering the whole time. I was like, it's one of the letters has to be silent. I've never heard his name said out loud.
Oh yeah.
So I was hoping you'd say his name. That makes it's real cute because that looks like that would be, you know, makes sense.
I don't know if that's his real last name or
is
just
the
his
X
name.
silent?
That
is the N silent?
Jax. And so there is no just. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's his real last name. I think it's probably just his like persona name.
That's cute or whatever.
Yeah, Derrick Jaxn, which I find attractive, but past what we're talking, and that's not what we're talking about. But
probably what got us into this mess.
Probably what people got into. But he was found. Oh well, if y'all don't know about Derrick Jaxn, he is, we call him a personality or like a advisor or something.
So he's similar to Mr. Samuel.
Yes, but I would listen to Derrick Jaxn over Samuel. Well, prior to this, but I rarely listen anyway. But anyways, so he gives advice, especially mainly to women, men as well, but mainly to women. He'll talk about anything. Majority of the time, it's usually while he's sitting in his car and the thing is just on his like dashboard. And he'll talk about whatever, like a woman should never accept less than X, Y, and Z. This, and that. He even commented on that person.
Oh, okay.
Samuel, wasn't it? That one. Yep.
Mr. Samuel, I was gonna say that because I can't remember if that's his first or last name.
Yeah, I have no idea. So yes, he even commented on that, and I think that's when I first saw that video. When the first video, when the girl was on there talking about the looks and stuff. Yes. So that's how I first saw that, and I was like, oh, okay. But yes, so he gives advice and says not to accept less. He provides feedback and information to women. Just letting them know that they shouldn't accept less. They shouldn't accept what a man is just giving them. So I think that his message is true and what he's saying is correct, but he also is doing, the opposite of what he's saying.
So it's almost like anti-Mr. Samuel.
Elaborate.
Like I feel like Mr. Samuel, again, because for the life of me I don't remember that's his first, last name, whatever. But I feel like he is very much what you're doing wrong and why you are not in the position that you want to be. Whereas Mr. Jaxn seems to be more of, you just aren't meeting the person who's going to be able to give that to you and fulfill that, and you deserve better. You shouldn't compromise. So I feel like they're
the opposite. But he also, says, women need X, Y, and Z. So he's not just like I don't want to use the word uplifting, but he's not putting women on a pedestal. He's just giving advice, but also saying, make sure that you're doing X, Y, and Z as well. So I guess it's part of both. But yeah, Samuel's definitely on the other end of it, on the other end of the world. So yeah, but yeah, Derrick Jaxn, I don't know if I would say I was surprised by the information, only because one, I didn't know he was ever married. When they said that he was cheating on his wife, I was like, what? Didn't know he was married. And it could have been, again, because I haven't really watched a lot of him as of late. So when I was watching him, I don't think I ever saw a ring on his finger.
See, I didn't follow him. I guess it really only came to my attention because of us talking about Gary, us talking about Saweetie. When I saw that, I was like, dang. Velvet, do you know about this person? Because I'm not familiar with him. So that's kind of what drew my attention. Again, I didn't really follow or pick up on anything about him before, but I could see, based on even just looking at the video that he made afterwards, he comes off as a very
firm,
just like palatable, just like likable person. Like even in saying like I cheated on my wife, there's just just like, oh, did you?
But it's really because of his looks. That doesn't do what he says.
I find him attractive, really.
What? Yes, he's attractive. But yeah, so to each of their own. But he's definitely attractive in my eyes, through my eyes. But that's what got me to watching him originally. Like I said, I've been watching him forever, so I don't really know what he's talking about now. But I know before, and if he's still on that same, talking about the same things. It was mainly about women and relationships and really how to focus on your man and what a man should be doing, X, Y, and Z. So it's just crazy that, he's now cheating on his wife. You're doing the opposite of what you're saying. Especially because there was like a bit of it where he was saying that even if they're separated, that You shouldn't seek other people or shouldn't be involved with other people because of relationships that you make, the relationship or feelings that you have with the person that you're separated from.
And even being cautious as a person who is dating someone who's separated, because they're still going to have those feelings with someone who he said, admittedly, he did. But the part that I found very interesting, was his initial response to it was one recorded alone, and seemed very pointed at the way he was talking, very defensive, if you will, and the way he was speaking, like, I didn't cheat, and I'm separated, like, it was very defending his actions, like, he had the ability to take action the way that he did, and not too long after making that video, he then made a video with his wife, holding hands, and admitting to everything that he said he didn't do in the first time round. And he was no longer defensive. He was, again, coming from more of that, like, I want your empathy type thing. And not gonna lie, a part of that just did not sit right with me. I understand them doing that together to be like a front, but my God, you did that alone. You did that on your own. I don't think it's fair to make her have to sit there and be drugged through all of it when it's your actions that have you two sitting here.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that. I don't know if he made her, but I'm quite sure there was a conversation that was had in relation to it.
There's a reason you start off the first one without having anyone besides you.
Well, because he lied.
Yeah.
Like, he should have just came up front. Like, that is the problem that I have with the whole situation. Because if he was separated, I don't believe that's cheating. But again, that's just my point of view. If you're separated and y'all have an understanding that y'all are separated and that the goal at this point is that y'all are going to get a divorce, then he and her, you know, they can both do their own things. But if the conversation was that we're separated, but we're trying to find ourselves and trying to see if we can make things better than what they currently are, then that's a different story. You shouldn't be out there seeking anyone anyway, because you're trying to find yourself and see if whatever you find will help mend this relationship. So if they were truly separated, he wasn't technically cheating, but the way that he said it was, I wasn't cheating, I didn't have sex with nobody in the first video, but in the second video you're saying, actually I did have sex with this one person, or I don't know if it's several people or just this one, and you know, me and my wife had a talk about it. Well, that should have been your first video. Regardless if you were separated or not, which it sounds like you weren't based off the second video, then you should have just said, yes, I cheated. Me and my wife has had a conversation about it. We are under a specific understanding of X, Y, and Z, and you know, that's it. So all the rest was just too much. You should have just came out front and said, no, I was cheating. My wife is aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, because the woman had, I don't know the timeline in which he released the first video, but the woman he was cheating with released a lot of receipts. Whether that be him sending her money, but flying her out and her friends out to the home that he shared with his wife while they were out on vacation somewhere else.
So the thing with that is, you can doctor a lot of that.
You can.
And the photos that were provided were not clear of it being him.
But I think that's when I say I'm not clear of the timeline. I have a feeling all this came after he released that first video being very defensive.
Probably. But if he would have stuck with it, unless she has real receipts, which technically those aren't, because I can get on a program and say that that Febaybeee sent me something real nasty, and I can make it happen. So technically, circumstantial at best. So
I mean,
unless you have clear
in her room, in her bed.
Yes, but where was he? There was a silhouette, but there was no face. I can literally have a man that has the same figure body and say, stand in that corner, and I'm gonna take a picture of you and say, oh, that's Derrick Jaxn.
Your wife go now.
Possibly, but you couldn't really see much in the room based on the photo. So again, maybe it's just the way she blurred it. It could have been a lot of different things. But based on the information that was posted, circumstantial at best. So what probably happened, and again, that's just my PI mind, circumstantial at best. But what probably happened is that he saw those photos and maybe he was like, oh shit, if this is cleared out, you really could see me. So that's why he came with the second video.
I mean, she posted text messages too. Again, all things could be doctored, but all together do not look favorable. And these things being posted to the public.
Look at you, insurance.
There's
It does not look favorable.
Don't look favorable.
But it's still circumstantial.
When you put it all together.
When it went to court, I'm telling from a PI, especially because I deal with cheating, PI, circumstantial.
But the court of public opinion, boo.
Yeah, the court of public opinion. But if he literally would have stuck with it, then you literally cannot. The only thing you can do is circumstantial. I can literally make a message today and say, Derrick Jaxn sent it to me.
Once you think getting things out in the air in people's ears.
Yes, which is terrible. I'm not defending him. I have no idea what happened. It sounded like he did cheat, and based on his second video, he did. I'm just saying, if he would have stuck with it, unless she had full proof, and maybe she sent him and said, if you don't come out with it, I'm going to send this, and maybe sent something where it's like, oh shit, that really, you can really see me in this, then that's probably why he came out prior to. But other than that, if she really didn't have nothing, if I'm a cheater, I ain't saying shit. Hell no, to the no. You understand me? But I'm not. Just pointing out.
I just still don't like how his wife, I feel like when she was in a pawn almost. Like it felt pawnish to me.
Quite sure, because she didn't seem like she even talked to the video. Well, at least the
she
piece
nodded.
Yeah.
There were pieces where she nodded in agreement, where I talked, and I think that was overkill. I told my wife, all the women who have even said hello to in the last XYZ years, you fuck somebody. There's a difference between saying hello to someone on the street and you fucking someone. No one is literally micromanaging the fuck out of you to where you have to do that. That's overkill. That's being dramatic.
Unless he's done it before.
That's very possible.
And so that is a possibility.
I didn't like the overkill aspect of it.
But maybe they really did though. Maybe they really did because of previous things, or maybe she just, especially because the thing that is the most disrespectful thing he did out of everything is having that bitch in my bed. That there in my house, in my bed, that there, one, I'm not sitting with you holding hands.
And that's like, he did so much betrayal to her, and regardless if it's making her, if it's explaining to benefit the brand, that's just so hurtful. There's so much, like, money's cool, but like, that's
if
so
they were already
traumatic.
On the route to separation,
Which
then this is going to help her. And then she can go back and say, even in these videos that you see that are public, I even stood by him. Do you know how that's going to eat at people's hearts? I understand. I'm not saying there's going to be that route, but that is a high possibility. Women usually think where? Forward. Majority of them. Men usually think where? Penis.
Current.
Oh, or that. I was saying penis, but yeah, it's current, same thing. But women think forward. So we think through, all right, I love this man, Derrick Jaxn, and even though he did all this crazy stuff, I still want to be with him. However, if things are to go south, let me go around the globe to figure out which avenue I should go. That's how women, I think at least, majority of women think. We think forward. We think, okay, boom, if this happened, boom, boom, boom. This happened, boom, boom, boom. Men do not think that way. Right. So even if this is not a facade and she really loves him, XYZ, and she's really trying to make it work, which is a high possibility, then even if things go south, she will be well taken care of on all levels, and the children on all aspects, because this shit is now public and it is no getting rid of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. I feel bad, and I hope that she makes the best decision for herself and her children over anybody else.
Yeah.
And that is the key part. Because as women, we usually or tend to make a decision based off of the man that we are currently with, And that is the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. Especially if you have children or a child. The child, you need to think of y'all and what's best for y'all in this aspect. Since he did wrong, you think of y'all. Not like, oh, he's on his knees crying and begging to you. If you really feel like he's a changed person, then that's different. But if you absolutely know in your hearts of hearts, deep, deep down inside, then you just gotta let it go. I don't know.
That's the piece.
That's a lot.
It is. It is. So.
Making my head hurt. Goddamn.
Yeah.
What we talking about now? Because I don't even talk about it no more.
Let's
What? What?
Because it's just a lot.
It is. But we were talking about breakup and makeup. So I think that goes into our girl, Danny
Lay.
We talked about her, was it last week or the week before? I think it was last week.
Yeah, no, it was a couple weeks ago. It wasn't last week, it was a couple weeks ago when she posted, I think it was actually prior to us going video, because she had, no, it was our first video, actually. She posted the photo.
With the black hair and said, ooh, he gonna hit me up. And so, you see that
if you
there
seen,
is a little bumpy bump, you know, in this area.
She poking a different poke.
Fact. She ain't doing a poke. She doing a poke. You heard. That 9 months gonna be real big. So yes, that is very interesting, and we can only assume that the baby is having a baby.
That the baby is the daddy.
Yeah. How you feel about it? Is your heart broke? You okay?
But that won't the baby. That's my baby.
No, that daddy baby.
Apparently.
And for at least the next 18 years.
Yeah. But I don't know. I can't say if I feel like she's trying to hide it or she's trying to show it, because there's been two different occasions that she's had. There's been one, she was at some type of like meet and greet at like a shoe store, and she kind of looked like she could have been full.
Eunice could have been full of it. She was pregnant.
But knowing how people usually like to present themselves, especially of that type of stature, she won't full.
She was.
And then she had some type of weird performance recently that looked like a talent show. And she wanted to know that she was pregnant, because Beyonce hid her pregnancy for how long until she released it and revealed it on the VMAs or the MTV Music Awards. She was itty bitty poking and had like some type of revealing outfit on. I'm like, baby,
it showed, like it was like half her stomach. Yeah,
we're gonna know you're pregnant, so you wanted people to know.
Yeah, she wanted people to know that the baby was her baby and it was having
a baby.
And that's what it is. And, you know, congratulations if it is his baby. And congratulations to her being pregnant. Her first baby, you know, is right? That's her first.
Yes, her first.
That's her first. So, congratulations to them. And, you know, to each of their own. I don't really have much to say on that one. I don't think they're in a relationship. But it could be. But maybe once he found out she was a pregno, you know, they either got back together or, you know, started talking again. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll definitely keep you posted.
I hope they have a healthy baby.
Yeah.
If it's a boy, I think the baby gonna go crazy. Cause you know he got a little girl.
Yeah.
But with a little boy,
it's gonna be trouble if you have a boy.
Woo!
It's gonna be a whole trouble if you have a boy.
100%. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one.
So, we've had a lot of conversation kind of surrounding this topic of infidelity. Why do you think, one, people cheat?
Yeah.
And do you believe once people do, is that just a path or something that you should expect from that person moving forward?
So part A was what?
Why do you think
People cheat
people cheat?
because they want
Okay.
to. Yeah. So it's not that simple, but for some it is. Some people just want to have many fish in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They're just like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just be with one person. Like, I want someone to come home to that can cook and clean for me, whether man, female, whoever. But I want someone that I can cuddle with. But I also want, this other girl or dude on the side. There are times that a person cheats because they're not receiving something that they need
Like an
or
80-20?
want. Yes, possibly, yeah. And it could be that the person that they have at home is doing everything, right, quote, right, but there's something that is leaving a space, or there's a space somewhere, and that's why that person is cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it be not enough time, whether it be not enough affection, whether, so I think that goes back to our really early conversations on what your love language is. So I think a lot of times people cheat because they're not receiving that something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's crazy. I had a conversation with one of my male friends, and he was like, I think a lot of men cheat. Because I had asked him, I said, why do men cheat? Because I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I think a lot of men cheat because that woman or whoever the significant other is not providing something that they are needing. I don't want to say wants. I think that goes to the first thing, which is like the person just wants to have sex. So I think that would be that. But what the person needs. So whether it be love, affection, like I said, or a connection, or touching, or whatever it may be. So I think that's what I would say. Is that it is either person just wants to fuck whoever they want to fuck, or it's something missing and you have to figure out what it is. A lot of people just go try to find it somewhere else without having that conversation with your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, I think in combination with that, I think there's a lust infatuation piece that people also tend to try to look for, or is what captivates them on the individual that they end up cheating with. Which I don't know if that's like an 80-20 thing.
It sounds like it.
Or if it's just you don't know how to be happy and continuously satisfied. And I almost don't even like the word like satisfied, because it almost sounds like you're settling, which that's not the case. It's like you don't know how to be refreshed by your person every day. Like either, because I don't want to make it sound like the person that you're with is the reason why you're cheating, because they're not giving you something, or they're not keeping it spontaneous or whatever. Because I think sometimes people can have all of those facets and yet still step out on their partner.
Correct.
So I think those people who like look for those like lustful, fleeting situations, if you will, I think a lot of times is where people find themselves cheating as well, because they just don't know how to be with the person and continuously happy with them.
Well, that's usually where the communication piece comes in. Like being able to communicate with your partner what you truly need, what you truly want. And a lot of times people don't communicate, and that's where the rest leads in. Instead of being able to say, Febaybeee, I understand, that you work all day, X, Y, and Z. I haven't been able to see you, for the last 3 weeks. We barely spent any time together. I really, I want us to plan a date, X, Y, and Z. They will just, hit up somebody else that has time for them. They'll message Jasmine, and Jasmine will respond quick and in a hurry. And because Jasmine's available.
I think sometimes it can be that, and sometimes I think it doesn't have to be anything that you're lacking at all.
Yeah,
I think you have an equal parts of there's something that you may not be getting, and it's not like any type of like superficial thing. It could be time, or it could just be attention, or it could just be just that very
they wouldn't have sex with
basic
somebody else.
human instinct, just fucking around type deal.
Yeah.
So
So my number one.
It's very unfortunate when that happens because I don't think people understand what that does to a person who is cheated on, whether that be their confidence, their just overall
insecurities.
Yeah. I was looking for an I word. I was like, it's not independence. What is the word? But yeah, I think that's definitely an issue. That people don't understand the repercussions or the long-term effects for people who are cheated on.
Okay. Have you ever cheated?
No.
You ever been cheated on?
No.
That you're aware of?
That question always makes me like shudder.
Why?
Because people will ask that. They're like, have you been cheated on? I'm like, no, like that you know. I'm like, damn. Are you literally trying to like wreck my world?
Oh my God.
I'd like to think that, you know, everything was on the up and up and that no, I wasn't cheated on. Because again, just knowing that you have been, that's very devastating. Because it has usually it has nothing to do with you. But that's not how it feels when you
someone does it.
discover that. It feels you internalize it a lot, and it's a very much what did I do? What could I have done differently? So I'd like to think I have not cheated. No, I think I have not been cheated on.
Okay.
And I would never put the asterisk to my knowledge, because that's it's a lot for someone to try to process.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Which one?
Have you cheated?
No.
Have you cheated on?
Yes.
How did that feel?
I've been cheated on a couple times.
Wow.
So I would say the first. I'm trying to think how many times I've been cheated on. 1, 2, 3 times. And the first time, well, I would say each time. I'm not even gonna say just the first. Each time I was like, well, damn, what did I do wrong? But then the first time it really, like, I was really heartbroken. Like, it was a lot. The third time, it's not I wasn't heartbroken because of the person. It was just that since I already dealt with it before, I knew how to deal with it. And I knew that it wasn't something that I did. I just know this person is a cheater. Period. And that's what I was talking about. I think I said it earlier that I just know people to cheat.
Yeah.
They could have a superb person literally doing everything for them and they still will cheat because that's just
who they are.
Exactly. So that I had to realize, and that's a conversation that we had, and then it became, apparent that's what it was. But the first time it was devastating because I'd never been cheated on, so I was like, what the fuck did I do? Why are you doing this? X, Y, Z. And then that was really hard for me, especially because who the person was, and they didn't say no, it's not you. It was like, yeah, it is you type thing. And so then that was a whole dark spell type stuff. The second time, I can't even really say I cared because I'm not gonna say I didn't care for the person, but I don't think my feelings were there. And so when it was told to me by a person that was not him, that he was cheating on me, I didn't give a fuck. And so then I realized, I was like, well, I guess I should probably not date this person that I don't care that cheats on me. So that just, up until that point, I had feeling like I cared for the person, but I realized that if I don't care if someone cheated on me, then I probably shouldn't be with them.
Right.
And so that just, taught me a new lesson in my life. But yeah, I've been cheated on a couple times. And it definitely sucks, but you have to realize that, it may be something you did or may not be, and I feel like that's also a conversation. So my whole thing is, if someone was to cheat on me, even let's say today I was in a relationship and someone cheated on me, then I would have a conversation with them. Of course I'm going to be highly upset, and once I've calmed down, I'm going to ask, like, why did you cheat? And that's just something, I don't know why, but I have to know. And that's even like with work related stuff, I always have to know the why.
Right.
And so, why did you do it? Like, is it something XYZ? Like, what is it? And then hopefully that person will be honest, but you never know. But yeah, been cheated on, whatever. What was your last question? Oh, do you think they're always a cheater?
Yeah, it's like a pattern. Yeah, if someone does it, do you think that will be somebody who will repeat that later?
Majority of the time. I think there are people that can change.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that, but I think majority of the time, until they change themselves, it would always happen. So it has to be something inner that is changed within themselves. So if he or she is just been cheating since y'all been together or whatever, and been cheating on all his other people, or she been cheating on all her other people or whatever, then majority of the time they're not gonna just change for you. That's not how it works.
Right.
It has to be something within themselves. Like, I really am feeling Febaybeee over here, and I really want to be with her, and I know that she deserves better. He or she has to realize that what they're doing is wrong, and that the person they're with deserves better. And until then, it's not going to change.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? No thought?
So, I just feel like that's difficult in general because I'm the type of person. So trust is solid for me, and so I feel like if you break that for someone, I know personally I can't. I don't know if I could ever tolerate that in a relationship. Then it's also different if you know your current partner, if you had found out they cheated previously. If you think that if that then clouds your ability to be able to invest in that person, I think it would be very difficult for me to believe that someone. I honestly don't think I could be with someone who has cheated on me. I don't think that would be very difficult for me to want to come back to just for insecurity purposes. And again, the trust piece would be there. And then to know somebody has cheated previously and to be with me, I still think almost I would feel the same. I think that you wouldn't be able to and I know, but here's the thing, I also know that people can be different people. I understand that people can learn from their mistakes
and grow. But
for some reason there is something about cheating. I don't know if there's a trust aspect to that I feel like is different than a lot of other things that people can, fall from grace on. It's very difficult for me to wrap my head around someone who was cheated. It's very difficult. And to trust them in the capacity to be in a relationship with, and to trust them with me in that capacity, either that be again because they cheated on me previously, or to trust them the first time knowing they've done that before. Because you hold a lot of someone in your hands when you do that to them.
Yeah.
So maybe I still have growing that I need to do to be able to understand that people can change. Because people who have done a slew of shit in their life and have been able to rehabilitate themselves, be different. Cheating on a scale of criminal shit is just minuscule.
Yeah. For
people who have been in battled addiction and who've been able to overcome it, and you can be different and change. I don't know what it is about cheating. I don't know. So
you would date a person who used to be a crackhead before you date a cheater, is what I just said from that.
This bitch is listening.
That's what I heard.
What
did y'all hear? Okay? Did y'all hear the same thing I heard? Or because it sounded like you said
that
crackhead.
Is what it sounded. That is what it sounded like.
She will date a crackhead over a cheater. They gonna see stuff.
She just let you know she don't trust you, right? No, she just said once a crackhead, always a crackhead is what she just said.
I'm not saying that, because I definitely had some family members that were crackheads, and they are no longer. But there is that they're always looking. I'm looking. What you doing? What you doing?
Yeah.
So it's always that, and I think that's your suspicion period. So I think that's probably the same thing that goes along. That goes along with, sorry guys, my phone went off, I do apologize. That goes along with, let me cut it off real quick, sorry. that goes along with what you were saying. It's just suspicion.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people will take the information you have and build a pattern from that.
Yeah.
That's very difficult to
overcome. So
it is.
Yeah.
It is, because we don't think that as humans we can be ever changing.
But we can, just like technology.
Absolutely. So, guys, we've had a very thought-provoking,
long conversation, and we hope you enjoyed every single millisecond of it.
Because this one, actually, we've gone through some ringers on this one.
Yes, we had some tech issues and had to go back through, baby. So y'all need to know that we love you.
And cherish this shit.
Because today was rough. The energy level on my end, I was very low. And I said, you know what? I got to give our LIWS somethingers something. We're going to have to come up with a name, y'all. Help us come up with the name.
What y'all want to be? Who y'all finna be?
You know, the Febaybees. The Velveteers.
I'm not mad at that, but the Febaybees, I don't like that in comparison. I kind of like what you
Came
said.
through. That was so good. Big. Woo. That was good. But we really need to come up with something. So please help us in the comments down below. And make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell everybody. And
on that note, it's been your girl Febaybeee and
your girl Velvet.
Set each day with intention, because my dear, life is tough, but so are you.
Yes, you are strong, tough. And just remember, each of you are beautiful and never stay what?
Stagnant.
In your motherfucking life.
And that is a wrap.
Bye.